All right. Thanks. I will say this is the highest I have ever been doing stand-up comedy. Meaning the elevation of this stage. This is cool. All right. Yeah, that was dumb. All right. So, yes. Thanks to there goes my voice. I'm 12 years old, by the way, everybody. Yeah. Everyone, thanks to Eldon, the E&M Club, for putting this on. Let's give them a round. This is fun. Yes. All right. Well, my wife and I, we just barely moved out of her grandparents' basement. Couldn't take it anymore because every time their dishwasher went off, it would go do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. There's more. Do 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 do. Oh my gosh! Like, couldn't take it anymore. We'd also been living there in secret, and they found out, so they wanted us gone. Yeah, we were done. So, no, we moved out. We wanted to have our own space when we had our baby, which we did earlier this year. So that was very exciting. Thank you for cheering my reproductive success. You did it, yeah. Woo. But no, it's great. It's great having this baby. I know what you guys are probably thinking. McKay, did you bring him? No, I left him in the car. Like, the rule is not to leave a baby in a hot car. Today was fine. I ran the AC on the way down. It's cool. It's cool. But no, we decided not to give our baby formula. I read some bad stuff about it, like how expensive it is. But I don't know. I do think it can have some weird effects on people. Like, I have a buddy who swears by it. He's like, dude, I was raised on formula. I'm fine. I'm like, dude, I don't know. I think if you'd have been breastfed, you probably wouldn't have been homeschooled. So I don't know. But no, we're just trying to keep him safe, doing all these things. We're thinking about putting him in those baby swim lessons. Have you guys seen that? Where some guy's like, your baby's gonna get thrown in a pool, and then it's me doing it. I'll make sure he's okay. I don't know. It's weird, but so I saw this ad, and it said, no matter your swim level, we'll help you stay safe at sea. And I'm like, that's it. So I sign up. Turned out it was a Navy ad. So enlisted him 5 years, but hey, he'll learn to swim, so that's sneaky Navy, man. My son will be the next Top Gun. No. But no, he's a good kid. He's so grounded, though. He's the reason, my wife had that stupid pregnancy pillow that took up the whole bed. So I told him right when he was born, I'm like, listen, buddy, no TV, no friends, no diaper rash cream, 6 months. He just kind of gave me this, and I'm just like, okay, attitude, 9 months. He cried, and so it got through. I don't know. I think about, as he gets older, it's like, okay, well, how are we going to, discipline this kid so he's, a good boy? Because, it's like, I'm not going to spank him. That's not enough. So I started thinking of alternative punishments. I'm like, maybe I could just switch his cereal out. It's like, no Cinnamon Toast Crunch for you. You get Raisin Bran. And you know what? Only the raisins. All 2 scoops. Loser. Raisins for breakfast. Thinking we could also, we could just pretend he's invisible for a couple days. Get the whole family in on it. Just has anybody seen Noah? I don't know. My favorite one is if he does something real bad, then I'll just go legally change his name. Probably to something that's related to what he did. I'll just be like, hey, sorry, Swiffer. Got to remember to mop and you can have your old name back. Got to play the game. So yeah, so it's been a big year for us, big year for America, right? We've got the election this year, and a hush fell over the crowd. Yeah. Is he left? Is he right? Who knows? Anyway, no, I found that you can actually tell the way people are going to vote based on how they drive, right? Like you see, like, hauling down the freeway, splitting lanes, giant truck, flag probably. Like, that's a conservative guy, right? Interesting, the conservative drives so liberally. See, we're all the same. But no, it's actually easier to tell based on what they drive. So like my friend and I, we saw this guy in a convertible. So my buddy asked me, he's like, what about this guy? I'm like, dude, easy, Democrat. And he's like, easy, how do you know? Easy, how do you know? Remember JFK? I did not like that joke. It was 60 years ago, guys. It's okay to laugh. Anyway. But speaking of presidents, I've been playing a lot of solitaire on my phone lately. I like it. It makes me feel like FDR, because every time I fail, I'm just like, hey, New Deal. Those people were all alive during the Depression, so they get it. No, just kidding. I'm joking, you guys. No. But no, I think one thing I think the president should have is like an apology guy, because like he's not going to do it, But I don't know. I wouldn't want the president's job or the apology job, because then one day there's like something catches fire in the Pentagon missile room. Everyone's yelling fire, fire, and then you got to make the call. You're like, hey, Cuba, sorry about that. Like we didn't know we had anything pointed over there, and you're gonna laugh. It was our fax machine that caught fire. Yeah, the one North Korea sends death threats on. So. Yeah. Anyway, well, enjoy the gift basket. You guys have a blast this weekend. Like, not a fun job. Anyway, so the election. I wanted to inform you guys because that's my job. No, it's not. All right. But 3 to 5% of those mail-in voting ballots get thrown out, and I looked into it. It's actually all homeschool kids because they didn't learn how to fill in a bubble like in school. So. Okay, it wasn't all homeschool. Like 0.5% is people who wrote God on the line, so all homeschool kids. Never mind, yeah. It's all. And I know I've made a lot of homeschool jokes. You guys are like, okay, why are you coming after them? I just got a teaching degree, so like I got to go after them or I'm going to be out of a job. So I'm just fighting my battles up here. But yeah, so to get my degree, I spent the last few months student teaching in a middle school, which, reminded me of my time as a middle schooler, and not just because I'm the same size as I was then. You guys heard my voice crack. I got halfway through puberty, and my body's like, you're done. I'm like, okay, sweet. All right. But, no, it's fun, though, in middle school. Like, I'm preparing my career of destroying creativity. It's great. Like, this kid's like, can we have a paper airplane contest? And I'm like, no. And that just felt so good to know that I was doing my job perfectly. So good. It's actually not a bad idea for history class because, like, I could use it to teach, I don't know, technology advancement or economics or whatever. I made up 90% of what I told them anyway, so it's fine. But I couldn't, like, let him know he had a good idea because that would foster way too much independent thinking. It's my job as a teacher to create mindless drones who know important things, like the mitochondria is... Perfect. Not an independent thought in the room. Some of you guys are like, mitochondria, what does that have to do with history? Hey, shut up. But no, my rationale for being a teacher, I was thinking, I'm like, man, how can I do the most amount of work for the least amount of money? So I started doing stand-up. It's not paid great. But then I found out if you do stand-up and you're a teacher, they both pay you less. So, sweet gig. Some of you guys are like, that doesn't make sense. Hey, shut up. But no, being in the middle school, it's fun. It's reminded me of my time, as I mentioned, and I was thinking about this one time. My history teacher, he's like, everyone, there's this great book about the Civil War. It's called Shades of Gray. Now, a certain number of you thinking a certain number of shades of gray, and that's because you're gross. So, and apparently so was I, because I raised my dumb hand. I'm like, oh, you mean 50 Shades of Gray? At that point, I figured it was a book about Confederate uniforms. Like, I didn't know. And so, but no, I was just so embarrassed because everyone's looking at me. And then, so like, I couldn't pay attention. No clue how the Civil War ended. Not a clue. Like a year later, because he recommended it, I tried to read 50 Shades to like figure it out, and like now I'm just more confused. John Wilkes Booth did way worse stuff than shoot Lincoln, you guys. Not a good dude. Not a good dude. But yeah, so now I try and stay up to date, like on current events and stuff. So I'm like reading the news. I read a story the other day. On the freeway in California, there was a naked guy shooting at cars. It's just a bummer the LAPD can't afford uniforms for their officers anymore. Like, it's too bad, man. I don't know. Speaking of cops, I have yet to get arrested for like pulling a paper towel down with one hand. Cameron gets it. But no, like, I don't know. I don't like those signs in the bathroom that's like, it doesn't tell you why. Like, if a sign tells me why, I'm fine. If it's like, please, for the courtesy of our next guest, wipe off the sink. And I'm like, of course, you sweet little vanity. I'll do anything you want. I love you. But when a sign in the bathroom is something like, do not flush feminine hygiene products. Why? Why not? Why can't I flush my own feminine hygiene products that I bought to flush down the toilet? Like, is it going to open up a portal to feminine hygiene products that I'm going to go and take and sell at a discounted rate in front of Walmart? You're welcome, ladies. Call me the Peddler. I don't know. That would be a sweet gig. Then I could probably retire pretty early. Have you guys heard of those like older people who will retire on cruise ships? You guys heard of that? Does anybody like have that goal? I can't see you. Don't raise your hand. But no, I'm like, those funerals have got to be pretty sweet, right? Like, we're bound to lose some at sea. They're old. I mean, like, sending grandma on a cruise is the new sending your dog to a farm. Like, it happens. But I mean, it's probably pretty sweet, right? Like, they put all your little trinkets in your casket, you know. No need to use formaldehyde because the briny deep pickles the carcass just fine. Oh, sorry, that was gross. But I don't know, what do they do? Maybe they send you down the water slide or something, and then they shoot a fire arrow. Goes up in glory. Like, that would be Norwegian Cruise Lines. Carnival Cruise Lines, I don't know, they just like set you afloat on a funnel cake. I think the best, this is for McCade, because this would probably be the best, is a Disney cruise, right? You know, Mickey and Donald are your pallbearers. Goofy does the eulogy. Well, gosh, too bad he fell off the rock wall. Like, jeez. Buzz Lightyear like zaps your casket. They spread your ashes during the ice show. I'm Zach. I'm Cody. We're from Sweet Life on Deck, and this has been a Disney funeral. I'm McKay Kimball, the Peddler. Thank you.